kind of lose a piece of your identity. I know that when I'm skating well and I'm landing all my tricks, my self-confidence is peaking. And if I haven't been skating enough or like been bailing a lot, you don't feel good about yourself because you're not doing your thing well. And having to spend the first month of the season getting in shape again to be able to do your kickflips like you used to be able to 6 months ago, it's brutal. You really lose a lot of progression because you haven't had time to keep practicing.
Obviously, there's a ton of people that skate, and like skateboarding has grown so much that like people need to go somewhere and like be realistic. Over the last couple of years, and like everybody's been going to Montreal, going to Spin Park, going to Taz, like traveling that 2 hours, going to a park with like city funded like parks over there, and they're big, and then like everybody loves to go.
When I was, the youngest, it was just kind of like you just didn't really skate anymore, you know. Maybe you'd make a trip like once, I don't even know, once literally every winter to like Montreal and skate like the Taj Mahal or whatever. So those kinds of things, they just, all right, well, we can't skate anymore. What are you going to do? There's no skate park here, so there's no point in even thinking that I'm going to drive to Montreal every couple days or something.
Our business, we actually rent a bus and give the opportunity for 48 kids to go to Montreal to skate one of the indoor parks. We do the best we can, and that's another thing where, we're trying to bring people together and leverage that to show, the municipality that there's a need, there's a demand for this type of thing.
So we've got about 20,000 square feet, so we'll be catering to bikers, so both mountain bike, BMX, as well as kids, skateboarders, so we'll have an area that's more towards a street section, as well as a bowl for skateboarders, as well as scooter riders. And then we've got another number of other interest groups who've expressed interest, inline skaters, roller skaters, so we're pretty open to anyone who wants to come in and enjoy themselves. Community has been really good. So people were super supportive for the Kickstarter, but since then we've had a lot of people reaching out saying they want anything they can do to help build. We've had really good partners like the guys from Burling. They've been involved in giving us a lot of input into the design, helping run events to gain support. The bike shops around town have all been great. They donated things, so we had a couple of different events during the Kickstarter. They're all very interested. The Auto Mountain Bike Association is obviously really interested in this. It's been really, really good.
The GoFundMe campaigns are a huge hit for kind of a lot of things these days. It's like opening people's eyes to the, hey, give us some money for this and we can kind of make it happen, you know what I mean? Instead of like kind of pooling it together. So the community obviously did do a pretty big push. And anybody can handle like such a big facility and like be able to run programs out of it. And like he's obviously going after the BMX and the scooter world too. So like and the mountain bike guys also. So if it brings kind of everybody, I think it's one way that to make it successful.
What makes this park different is the collaboration and the genuine intentions of the people behind it. We had a lot of parks kind of try throughout the years. They just weren't run properly, and it's very difficult to pay your rent in this kind of industry because you've got to also be paying your insurance. And so I think that through the cooperation that we've had throughout the community, that's the bikers, the scooters, the skateboarders, and the community builders, for all these people to come and put their heads together, there's no other way for it to be successful. Coupling that with inclusive programming, where the scene can very much grow, I'd say that this place is different because we're really active and involved with our community.
The indoor skate and bike park that will be the Yard, I think, is our best opportunity to actually have an indoor space. The owner, Anthony, brought a number of communities together, and he actually approached us because he recognized he couldn't build a facility without skateboarders, and he knew that it needed to be good for skateboarders. He also knew that he needed to build it to appease bikers. and mountain bikers. So he kind of brought a key group of people together to talk and to figure out, what is the optimal design at, as much consultation as he could to make sure this is going to work. And it's never been done like that. It's either been people who didn't want to listen to one community group. It's been people who didn't want to listen to the community group that they were representing. Not having the support of the retail businesses, not having support of the nonprofits. So this facility has all of those mechanisms lined up, and because they've approached us to do that, we're willing to back them. So I think this is going to be a really interesting winter where we actually have somewhere to go.